members that are in the chamber and officers and those that are online. So this evening's Shareholder Executive Committee, which is the subcommittee of Cabinet, will get underway. The first item on the agenda is the election of a vice chair. I had a nomination for one of our colleagues who's not here this evening. I have spoken to him and he is more than happy to accept that position. So that's Councillor Delaney. It'll teach him to go on holiday. Don't go on holiday, otherwise you get selected for something. Right.
We're going to take a vote on that, Chair.
I think we are going to take a vote on that. Those in favour of that position, thank you very much indeed. Minutes of the last meeting held on the 22nd of April as a correct record of proceedings. Thank you very much. Apologies for absence.
Councillor Delaney, Chair.
Right. So we haven't heard from McCourt or Field. No, sorry, Field. Timpey. Catherine. She's got the pink on as well. I should have spotted you. Okay. Additional agenda items?
There are none.
Excellent. Urgent items?
There are none.
Disclosures of interests and dispensations, to receive any disclosures by members of disclosable pecuniary interest, other registrable interest, non-registrable interest in the matters on the agenda, and the nature of any interest and details of any dispensations obtained. Members are reminded of the need to repeat their declaration immediately prior to the commencement of the item in question. So the first report, which is the report from Performance Monitoring Report, to provide members with an update regarding Rother District Council Housing Company and to enable the Shareholder Executive Committee to monitor the performance. This report is going to be presented by Director of Resources, Charlotte Spenley, and we need to note the contents of this report. I would suggest if there are any questions of this, we defer them until we get to the confidential session, which is to follow, just in case there's a broadening of confidentiality in some way. So are you ready, Charlotte? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair. Yes, so this report is based on the monitoring information and key performance indicators provided in June, and the independent monitoring surveyor's report of May submitted to us. Key highlights in the public report is whilst the contract programme against the defined programme in the JCT contract is out of sequence, there are no concerns. That position is simply reflective of the contractor and RDCHC taking a proactive approach to delivery, and there is no impact on the critical path, as previously noted at this committee. And some clusters have been completed ahead of schedule. Contractor risks as a result of that good progress are minimising as we move forward, and the first phase was completed in March 26, which followed the show home opening on the 27th of February. The whole scheme in terms of delivery of the homes remains on track for completion in September 27, and the first completions of open market sales are now forecast for later in 2026. Peak debt is forecast at 38.6 million, which will be reached in October 26, which is a very small increase compared to the previous SEC report of 38.2 million. You'll have noted in the public report that there are two of the public KPIs now red rated in their RAG status, the first being the funding drawdown efficiency. 0.6 million of the 2.3 million drawdown was underutilised in that period, and the number of units delivered by contractor against the expected programme was also red, although this was reflective of a drop of just 1 unit, with 6 being expected and 5 being delivered. And as I noted earlier, there are no major concerns about the programme of delivery. Key risks remain the ability to deliver the programme within the agreed timescales, and that risk remains relevant just because of the sensitivity and the marginality of this particular scheme and any delays in delivery. This scheme is particularly sensitive to financially and the ability to sell the 70 open market sales units, again, is key risk. The emerging risk of the Middle Eastern conflict and the related inflationary pressures and impact on the housing market has also been reflected. I'll pause there, Chair, before we move into the confidential session in case there are any questions specifically on those particular points. The broader points we'll cover later. Thank you.
If there are any questions on that part of the report, please indicate now. If not, they could be carried forward anyway. They may be sensitive of some sort. Yeah? Okay. Neil.
Thank you, Chair. Can I just make a clarification, Charlotte? Do you mind? So on point 5, you correctly say that the programme has slightly changed, but the final statement says that there's been higher contractor costs as a result of the accelerated programme. And I just wanted to make that clear. That's not the case. There's been earlier spend, not increased cost. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right, move on. Please, Lisa. Okay, thank you for those that are still bearing with us, but given the fact that we're now identifying that we're going to move forward with a slight amendment on agenda item 7, the resolution that the contents of the report be noted and the various mitigation options be developed for the next SEC meeting in October in consultation with the Rother Housing Company. Yeah? Yeah, and those in favour of that? Yeah, I think that's unanimous, and thank you very much indeed. Thank you for your time this evening, Neil and Mike, and it's good to see you both. And I think it's, we've explored an awful lot of distance over this meeting this evening.
Got another item, Chair.
Have we got another item?
Just the work programme.
Oh, the work programme. Yeah, well, I think we've virtually almost covered off the work programme, but we're sort of looking to come together in October, or possibly before. We could have any interim meeting, presumably, if there was some exciting news from the budget that we wanted to shape what we were putting together. So the work programme is as per the item on page 13. So we're due to expected reports for October. And it'll be interesting to see where we go into the new year. By then, various things on LGR and where we are going to be may be a little bit clearer on some of the points that we can't address at this moment in time. Okay, meeting closed at... Oh, hold on, there's a question come forward.
Yes, I might have missed this, but we did slip into confidential session, and I don't remember us agreeing to exclude the public and the press.
Yes,
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Right. That's it. Done? Good, well done. $19.21.